right, here we are. Welcome to Spike's Car Radio. Back with Jonny Lieberman, newly, still looking good.
Look at my
last
jacket.
week you came on just a t-shirt, you had your beard trimmed, and you look nice. You still look fresh.
It's amazing. My beard looks exactly the same as last week.
I'm glad you took my advice. You look presentable to be on TV.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is good.
This is TV.
Apparently this is all that's left of television.
Fair.
It's YouTube. We have a good show for you guys. Lukas Czinger is here.
I know. That's exciting.
You know, I had a dog named Zinger.
Nope. Didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Zinger was my aunt's dog. When I would go down to Cape Cod, I used to wait tables and bartend, and my aunt would let me, she'd rent out a little bedroom to me.
Is this with the moose costume?
No, this is not a different story.
Okay.
And she had a dog, and the dog's name was Zinger. And I used to bring this dog over to my friend's house, and we'd go out in the boat, and we'd go fishing and get clams. And one day Zinger decides, and it's probably my fault, but Zinger's big black lab type dog. Zinger's thirsty out in the open ocean and starts lapping up salt water.
It's water, ain't it?
And I don't know. I'm a moronic high school kid pretty much. And I'm like, yeah, sure, drink that. And then my friend Dave, whose house it was, his parents were very wealthy. They had computers, a big brand new house. Back then, $2 million house,
That's
right?
a lot back then.
He's got his dog. I've got my dog. We're both waiting tables. I go, what are we doing with Zinger and the dog? He goes, just leave him in the house. And I'm like, okay, seems like a good idea. Yeah. Forgetting that Zinger had lapped up a gallon of salt water. And
which isn't fatal, but
we worked our shifts, made a little money, came home. We had dates that night. Some girls were coming by, and we opened the door of the brand new $2 million house that was covered in feces.
Yeah. Salty feces.
Zinger. When I hear the word Zinger, I flash back.
Uh-oh.
To Dave's mom,
who was that out of your system
absolutely
before Lukas Czinger gets here.
What happened to my $2 million house and my $10,000 carpet, which I later bought? I didn't have $10,000 then, but later on, I
really?
Dave called and said, "Hey, could you invest in my company?" And he was looking for 10 grand. I said, "Yeah, here, take 10 grand for the carpet."
Did you ever see the money?
What's that?
The 10 grand back.
I didn't need it back.
No. I'm just asking.
I haven't.
Yeah, because
I heard it's actually coming back.
I invested 10 grand in a company.
Yeah, you don't get that money back.
No, you don't get that money back.
You don't get that money back.
No.
But again, I feel like I was paying for the carpet. It wasn't just the carpet. It was high up on the walls.
High feces?
This has nothing to do with this amazing car we're going to see today.
Well.
It really doesn't.
Okay.
Lukas Czinger will be here in a minute. And he's got the car. And it's right behind us there. And on Patreon, we're going to get to drive it. He said I could drive it around the block finally. Nice. I understand you're going to be driving it too soon.
I don't even want to jinx it, but yeah, apparently I'm really going to be driving it. Wow. For multiple days.
When he's on the show, you can ask him whatever you like about it.
I got no questions.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it.
Maybe you get one.
Maybe he's going to be like, I heard what Spike said about Zinger. And
he's smart enough to understand I'm telling a funny dog story. There's no C in front of my dog's name.
Right.
Zinger. We're still not sure how he got so high, how he shot it so high on the wall. It was a wicker. It was. I remember. I didn't know anything about anything, and his mom called him, and she said it's a handmade Irish wool carpet.
Of course,
that we're throwing out, and get Ferriston and get the dog out of there.
So real quick, I worked, I had a temp job. I worked at like a Marshall's or something and they were like, your job is to clean up the changing room. So people try on clothing.
Yes.
And my first day, there was feces on the ceiling. And I walked out. I just left because, it was $4.25 an hour back then.
Why in a changing room?
Yes, that's what I want to know. It was all up the wall. Yeah. I'm assuming someone just had the dirty undies and flung them. But oh my God, it was literally over my head on the ceiling. I'm looking up at it and I'm just thinking $4.25 an hour. Fuck that. I walked out. That was the best thing about temp jobs. I
used to bring Zinger to Marshall's. I wonder if there's any chance. I was so excited to have a dog. Didn't know the first thing about him. We just got back from Willow a while ago, but I think this is the first chance we've had to look at our footage from Willow.
Oh.
We had a great time thanks to Sam Byrne. This is our either arrival or departure on this lovely helicopter here. James Pumphrey came with us and his partner at Speed. There's the gang. And we were giddy and having fun. We don't get to ride on helicopters much, so we had a good time.
Speak for yourself, but yeah, it was fun.
Look at this lovely 911. They had a lovely car show going on here. I'm just kind of recapping the match. Hey, look at that. There's the car we're seeing today. Look, wait. Matt Ferris smoking weed.
Shocker.
That's
Shocker.
me pointing and laughing. There's Zuckerman meeting one of his fans.
With his Zuckerman shirt.
Yeah. Some lovely racing that was going on there. And there's RFK came with us.
RFK Jr.
Yeah. And there's Sam, who organized the whole thing there. Look, what does it say on the menu there? Shrimp cocktail tower. Lobster rolls.
Exactly.
It was a massive success, this event. And Sam, I guess I can't thank two-dimensional Sam there, but thank you for flying us in. It made all the difference because, it was the first time they had people showing up there.
First time they had more than 100 people ever at that track. It lasts 5 decades.
Ooh, look, I'm wearing that Sheffield. Look, I've got the orange. That's the St. Bart's. And by the way, we have the new Sheffield, which I'm wearing right now, right here. That's for sale right now that you got to check out. But there was a massive, as we came in, we saw this giant traffic jam.
So we were leaving Santa Monica, and I'm looking up, because we ran out of things to say to each other after 2 minutes.
Well, it was loud, and we had headphones on. And we were talking like we were podcasting through the helicopter headphones.
Wasn't good.
Very quickly. I thought it was fun. Zuckerman turned it off right away.
But so I'm getting texts like, is that you? Because there was 2 helicopters.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're stuck in a 90-minute line trying to get in. And I'm like,
it didn't look good for us.
And I'm like, no, we're in a much bigger helicopter.
Yeah.
You'll see our helicopter. It's the black one.
I feel like we have to explain ourselves here. Just in case you didn't hear the helicopter story, it's a really simple story. That fella up there, Sam, said, I like you, Spike, and I like Jonny, and I like your show, but I'm really a huge Zuckerman fan. And I said, well, I hate to disappoint you.
There's no way in hell.
There's no way in hell he's going to. I am having trouble getting him to come in to sit here. And he said, well, what if I send a helicopter? And I said,
and Zuckerman's ears pricked up. Oh, how much? How much are you going to spend? Oh,
I called him and I said, what if he sends a helicopter? He goes, if he sends a helicopter, I'll go.
Yeah.
By the way, he complained about the helicopter
the whole time.
I don't think helicopters are even in the future anymore. But our intention was never to kind of drop in front of everybody in the line and helicopter in. That we were just there.
Speak for yourself.
But people were making funny AI videos and calling us spoiled podcasters, and it's a little unfair.
Or it's totally accurate. But the best part was, as we're coming back,
yes,
a helicopter crashed.
Yes, that was the other thing. Okay. That's very right. So we're coming back. There'd already been a lot of talk about we're going to die in a helicopter.
Yeah.
What I hadn't anticipated is this. My wife and my son, the same weekend, go down to Mexico to help build houses
that's nice.
with an organization for the weekend, right? And say, by the way, you're going to have trouble texting us. Things are difficult, right? Now I forget. We come back. There's a helicopter crash. I hear from everybody on Instagram. Is that you guys?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you morons. No, it's not us. Huntington Beach, it's not us. My wife hears about a helicopter crash.
5 injured.
Yeah.
And there's 5 of us.
Yeah. And they can't communicate with me.
Right.
And she's panicking for hours.
So great.
Panicking for hours.
I love it.
I got to say, I did really enjoy
her panic.
The most my wife has really cared about me
in years.
I got to see for a second, like she really would be upset if I died. Yeah, I couldn't tell why she would be upset. She didn't really get into that.
Can you use this to your advantage with this new knowledge you have?
Let me tell you what happens.
Nice.
So then eventually, of course, the boy who's down there figures out a way through an app to get in touch with me. And he just writes this. This is the first message. Mom's trying to find you, helicopter crash, but I can see you're on a tennis court. That's what I get. And excellent. I'm like, yeah. I go, yeah, it's fine. I go, yeah, tell her to relax. The kid is in a different part of the camp building the house than my wife and doesn't tell her that. So another
God
hour.
Bless your son.
And then finally she finds a payphone or something. He goes, are you okay? And I go, yeah, didn't Jack tell you? She goes, no, he didn't tell me. So it's not you guys who crashed. Okay, I gotta go. Now she's mad. Now she's mad that I didn't crash and she had to care about me. I still don't even understand what just happened. But all of the joy I had
Yeah.
Then now I'm in trouble again.
Yeah.
For not crashing on a helicopter.
Leno called me to ask if we had crashed.
He didn't call me.
Well,
I like how people are calling, hey, did you die? Are you dead?
Yeah.
Did you crash?
Yeah. But yeah, he called me like, hey,
by the way,
okay?
that crash was a cars and helicopter event.
Cars and copter, yeah.
The guy who has the copter, I guess, is well known in the Southern California car community and does a lot of cool stuff. But had I seen that crash, I don't think I would have got up on the helicopter because, it's always there's that little rear rotor thing that snaps and then these things go down.
They crash a lot. But we were on like the Succession helicopter. I mean, that thing, it would take a, act of God to bring that sucker down.
I don't know.
So, yeah,
I don't know. It's
a good copter. Good copter.
Yeah, maybe.
Airbus. Solid.
Anyway, I don't want to waste too much time because Lukas Cinger's here. Let me do an ad.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Battery Tender.
Ah, nice.
Our friends at Battery Tender who sent me a boatload of stuff. Chargers, jump starters. By the way, the second Maybach from last week got a screw in it.
Excellent.
And and guess what? I had a Battery Tender charger, and it had a little air compressor on it, and I was able to put air in it and get the car home. It was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, I love this company.
All right, great.
As you know, winter storage kills batteries. Battery Tender chargers prevent battery drain and keep batteries healthy all winter. Battery Tender jump starters are there for the dead battery surprises. We now have those here. I have them in Santa Monica, and I have them at my house, and I can tell you, they're saving my life. Nice. Battery Tenders save my life. These new products they have. You charge them up, and you've got your jump starts, and they're small now.
Yeah.
They're nice and small. It used to be that big thing that you wheel out, but not anymore. Protect your battery now. Don't wait until spring. Trusted for cars, motorcycles, and boats. And, just know I've been using Battery Tender for long before they were on Spike's Car Radio, and you should use them too. Check out their entire line of stuff and use my code SPIKE911 for 15% off orders at batterytender.com now through February 28, 2026. 15% off. Check them out, batterytender.com. You also drove something pretty cool up at Willow, didn't you?
Yes.
What was that? Go ahead and tell us quickly. Now we got to bring Lukas out.
Yeah. Corvette ZR1. So this is the Chevy that makes 1,064 horsepower on just the rear axle. So it's a 5.5 liter twin turbo flat plane banana pants engine.
Banana paint.
Paint. Yeah.
I was really, when I looked at the photos of this car, but when I saw it in person up at Willow, I got really excited about it.
Yeah, I was supposed to drive it on the track, but then Zuckerman had to leave early because he couldn't stand being anywhere. So I didn't get to drive it.
He's so difficult.
He's really a pain in the butt. But yeah, so it's 828 pound-feet of torque. But I was saying, like, when the Veyron came out and was 1,000, actually it was under 1,000, it was 987 horsepower.
Yep.
All-wheel drive. So each wheel got a little bit less than 250 horsepower to work with. The rears on this each work with 532 horsepower, and it's drivable. It's like really drivable. They did an incredible job with this thing. And it's the performance bargain of the century, but it handles fantastic. It's basically a Z06 with an extra 300 some odd horsepower, and it's great.
What does it cost?
Really good. I want to say it starts at 173. I believe this one was I can't remember, 190, something like that. This is like the track pack. They have all these idiotic, like, it's the ZTK package, whatever that means.
Right.
But it's, it's like lowered, and it's like the wheels are aligned like this. It's got the massive wing. But yeah, it's cool. Functional aero. Maybe it's a little heavy, but it's so much power you don't notice the weight. It's probably in the 3,900 pound range, something like that. But it just goes like a bomb, and yeah, just a cool car.
So this Corvette we can see on your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Well, and I've been thinking a lot about your YouTube channel.
I'm sure you have.
I know that I'd rather it be called What's Johnny Driving.
That's terrible.
I watch I subscribe.
Good,
I watch.
Good. As everyone should.
I've come up with a couple of new theme songs for you.
Oh, good.
That I want to play for you right now.
Is this AI? Did AI help you with this? Or?
I wrote it.
Okay.
I wrote it with AI.
Yeah.
What's Johnny Driving? Go ahead.
Okay.
What's Johnny driving? Who cares? I'm in.
See?
What's Johnny driving? His beard
It doesn't anymore. Now you have a clean beard.
Driving himself to an alley grave. What's Johnny driving?
I like this song.
Streaks in his underwear.
Wow.
This is a pretty catchy little song.
Yeah.
And then it goes right into Zinger
I
Man.
just think someone with your pedigree, your writing pedigree, could be more clever.
I could. You're
you know-
right.
you know what I'm
if I
saying?
wanted to apply more time to this. Yeah.
I give you a C for effort and a C for execution. I appreciate songs about me. That's
All
always
right.
fun.
Move over to the other chair
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm going
All right,
bring our friend Lucas over here. He's the CEO of the newest hypercar company that everybody's talking about, Zinger Vehicles. And here he is.
Hello, Spike.
Look at another handsome guy.
Yeah, he's really clean cut.
Hey, but is this why you're clean cut? Because Lucas is here?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
why.
It seems like all we're talking about these days here in Southern California is Zinger. Why is that? Is it because Zinger is the only hypercar manufacturer in Southern California, do you think?
I would hope it's a bit more than that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is. What is everybody excited about here? Because sorry to interrupt, but I hear a lot about the 3D printing process and blah, 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 blah. I don't get as excited about that. I mean, unless you're going to release that 3D printing software so we can make these cars at home. I don't get it so much excited about that than I do as the car behind me, which is stunning.
Appreciate it.
So from your standpoint, this company, where is that excitement coming from?
That excitement comes from a really deep passion for automotive. And it comes with a vision that started a decade ago about how to engineer and manufacture a better car. And you need to understand both Divergent and Zinger to fully understand the car behind us.
So Divergent is the parent company. You guys are a manufacturer of iteratively developed 3D printed stuff.
Right.
Absolutely. But we developed our own materials. So the aluminum alloys that are on that car, the nickel-based alloys that are on it, those are our own materials that were developed.
Right.
The 3D printers that actually laser weld those parts together, those are our own 3D printers that we developed, engineered, and manufactured those machines. But why did we do all that? Well, one, the mission is a very big one for Divergent, which is create the 21st century industrial base, like literally create the manufacturing network that's going to make cars, that's going to make planes, that's going to make missile systems. But we have a product passion ourselves, right? Kevin, myself, founders of the business, and we wanted to apply that technology to a product that we love. And that happens to be the 21C, right?
That's
so
right.
That is a development where some people think it is more of a side project to Divergent, or was the initial marketing play for Divergent, but it's so much more than that, right? It is not a good business decision to spend many tens of millions of dollars to create a car to just market a technology firm. So that's certainly value it has brought is in the marketing as well, but it is its own business. It is here to be an American OEM, and we're incredibly excited about it because frankly, when's the last time you had an American team, yes, great international teammates on it as well, design their own powertrain, design their own manufacturing system, put together a unique seating layout, integrate into a car, and then say, we're going all the way. We're going to crash test this thing. We're going to emissions test it. We're going to qualify it, have it be a global release, and we're going to do it all here in Los Angeles. And that sounds like so much together, so much buzz, but that's what the last year has been, is this car getting
Yeah, I mean,
onto
the
the
last
road.
time was like Shelby in like the 60s, you know?
Well, that's, that's why I wanted to kind of untangle a little bit of it, because like I said, a lot has been said about the manufacturing the parts, and that's all really cool. I think for us today, I wanted to dig a little deeper into just cars with you. Like, growing up, you and your dad, what were the cars that really stood out for you that you loved, and that kind of kicked off this dream of, I love this, but I want to make something a little better?
Yeah, I'd say when I was a kid, and still today, I think when we when we get to do what we love to do and we get some success while we do it, we start thinking of the way we were when we were a kid and what we really liked when we were a kid as well. So I think about early American muscle cars, and that's really through my father. His brothers were Chevy mechanics. He grew up in a small, I guess you would say, suburb in Parma, Ohio. And those were the cars that he was into. So I was into them because you're a kid with your dad looking at those sorts of cars. So early Mustangs, you name it, that was what we were into. I then developed a case or really a love for JDM cars. So my first car was actually a Mitsubishi Evo 8. And I was building that thing up when I was 13, 14. And by the time I had my permit at 15 and a half, it was, half race car, half Evo 8. And that was a love for driving then, right? That thing was just raw and fast. And I thought it was cool. I loved the way it looked. And, I still have a 1956 F100 in my garage. So I like driving old cars as a kind of reminder of what all essentially the evolution of the automotive industry is.
Yeah. So like it was, like when I grew up, the two cars that were blowing everyone's mind apart were the 959 and the F40. And so the 959 was, it had a lot of turbos and it was all-wheel drive and it could do all these things. And then the F40 was, Kevlar. Yeah. And it like, whoa, here's this material that's like lighter than steel that you could actually use in an automobile. And it actually had a little carbon fiber. We didn't know what that was. Yeah. But, but Kevlar, where you can make bulletproof vests out of it. It was like, so it was like really seemed like the future.
Yeah.
So when does the process begin? You start designing this car when, and how long does it take to get it to here to our floor? What's the space of time there?
I'd say probably decades of thinking, right? And Kevin, my dad, he's 66, and we kind of went into this together. Wow. He's our chairman. I'm our CEO. But he's been turning his wheels on the thought of design agnostic manufacturing, not to make a mouthful of it, but a manufacturing process that can virtually make any complex structure and make that in a better way, right? Design agnostic manufacturing. And then the vehicle side of it became a feedback loop for that early engineering effort. We made our own design engineering software, we made our own materials, we made our own assembly system. You need to test that stuff. You need to test it quickly, and you can't rely on an external partner to test it. One, because then you'll make the mistakes with a customer, which is not good. And two, you'll be relying on the customer in terms of timeline, which means you're going to go slow. So the Zinger chassis became a program within Divergent to get that feedback loop on the engineering side and to make the best tools. I would say Divergent's a manufacturing company, but a tools company. And then about 3-4 years into that development, we looked and we said, okay, what are the business choices we have? Could sunset and Zinger, right? The chassis program, there was no Zinger name yet. We could take it into a full bore car company, or we could do something in between, right? And we decided, let's go all the way. Let's hire the full team. Let's put together a product brief for this. Let's live the dream and create the 21C. And that was, about 5.5 years ago now. That Zinger was, line in the sand. We're raising money. We're putting tens of millions towards this. We're going to hire the best from Mercedes F1, from Bosch Engineering, from various OEMs. We're going to combine them with the Divergent team, and we're going to do this the right way and do it quite different. And that product brief, to your point, there of course are styling cues. There of course are cars that you admire, but we went for bringing Divergent's technology into a vehicle. That technology is new, and therefore the product brief was new, from the layout to what we were trying to do with the strong hybrid to the combustion engine and its power density and its size. And really almost every major subsystem of the 21C is quite unique compared to the hypercars out there today.
You recently did a California Gold Rush documentary covering 1,000 miles across California in this car. You set 5 track records in 5 days, which it says here established a new benchmark in the hypercar space. Tell us about why you did this and what you learned from it, and where we can see the documentary.
We can see it on YouTube. It's free to everyone.
That's the only thing. It's the only place it's in business right now. Here it is right here, I think. Right?
We premiered that at Monterey Car Week. So we had a great theater rented out.
Oh, that's fun.
Had a couple hundred people in there and we showed it. But this project was really about bringing visibility to what the 21C was. So we kind of set our own challenge here, but we wanted to be in California. That's our roots, right? We wanted to go to the great tracks that are in California. We wanted to capture the team behind the car. We wanted to capture the performance of the car on the track. And we wanted to show that this is a car you can actually enjoy on the road.
Right.
And it's a car that makes its performance available, which is a rare characteristic in very, very high performance cars. So you can roll up to a track without a full team of technicians. You can spend single digit minutes there. You can then set a track record instead of setting up the car for a day or two, getting everything tuned perfectly for that environment and then going.
Have you been up to Willow with the car yet?
Oh yes, we've got the record at Willow.
You've got the record around the track.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Production
That's
car
really
record
cool.
at Willow, and really happy about the new project that's going on there.
When you race, do you put two people in the car or just one?
Just one.
I can't imagine that back seat is comfortable when someone's racing.
Yeah, it's a unique experience back there.
You and I think, are going to take a drive around the block after the show, and that'll be up on Patreon. But I haven't decided where I want to sit. You know, you were nice enough to say I could drive the car, but I'm kind of thinking it might be more fun to be sitting behind you because I've never had that experience before.
Hey,
but
up to you, or we could do both.
we'll figure that out. So what did you learn? You know, I'm guessing too, you brought this up to Monterey because you also wanted to sell cars, right?
Absolutely.
You're showing people this. I mean, just that one shot of the car going down the road that we just saw here. Yeah. See, this makes me crazy. This looks so good. You know, and it's that fighter pilot kind of position and cockpit you've got going on here. Does that make it easier on the racetrack, do you think?
I do think so.
And
I think you're in an optimal position where you're fully symmetric left and right. So you get back into a normal car, quote unquote, and you all of a sudden feel like you're offset in a way that's uncomfortable. So you can place the car once you're used to it in a more precise way. You also are seeing your front fenders very, very clearly.
Yeah.
So you've got good visibility to the front of the car.
And who's driving?
We're usually using Joel Miller, who's been our development driver. He was a Ferrari factory driver, and he's a great guy. He's also a great engineer. So he's been giving us feedback over the last 3.5+ years on setting up this car for all systems, from traction control to stability control to braking feel to power delivery. That's him right there.
There he is.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, drivers that can do some little bit of engineering work are very valuable.
Yeah, you need someone in development that's not just fast. They need to have good feedback for the team. And Joel is really, really fast, but also has tremendous feedback. And he set all 5 of those track records.
Jonny, have you ever raced center seat before? Have you ever been in a car like that at speed?
Yeah, couple.
I mean, look at that. I mean,
not like this, but yeah, a couple.
That looks fantastic. That looks like so much fun around the track.
Yeah.
You're going to get to drive this car, aren't you, Jonny?
That's the story as of now. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're talking to the guy.
Well,
he's the guy who
I don't want to jinx it.
He can do this, or he can go.
Right now, it's like here. You know,
where are you going to be driving it?
It's a. I think actually it'll be over by the time this episode goes live. So, it's the Secret California Rally. And it's Velocity Invitational. Was nice enough. They asked me to come, and they said bring an old '90s supercar, and I said, what about something that isn't going to break down, because I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
And they said, oh yeah, okay, we'll get back to you. And they said, hey, how'd you like to drive a Zinger? And I go, for 3 days? Yeah, sounds great. So
you're going to spend 3 days in that?
Yeah, I'll be recreating the rally here without the track records.
Nice.
You know,
You're just going to hand him a $2 million car for 3 days?
This is what people do, Spike.
They don't do that to me.
No, this is what people do to me, Spike.
No, but seriously, you're going to give him that car for 3 days. You're not going to have a young Cooper here providing support.
We might
sitting in
send
the
some
back seat.
chaperones in and around.
How many of these press cars do you guys have floating around?
We've got 2.
You've got 2.
So the silver one behind us is the main one we
you're
use.
not precious about them, and you want these guys to take them out.
We
and
are
have them
precious, but we want people to experience them.
Yeah, and use them.
Especially as a
Right.
young brand, we want to show what we've done, and we want it to be done in an unvarnished way.
So how
People
many?
like Jonny will do that.
Jonny will do a great job in it. How many are we going to make, and how many have been sold?
80, the majority have been sold. I won't give you the
Really?
exact number, but the majority have been sold, partially because we actually started advertising Zinger 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
So we built an initial investor base for the car, interest in the manufacturing. We hosted tours of the facility.
Well,
so we
you've
had
been at
quite
the
a bit.
Quail.
I was our fourth year.
And I was going to say, from what I understand, if you want to sell hypercars, there's one place that you do it, and that's at the Quail, right? I mean,
And the quail is the least hypercar bird, I think, of any. It's like short and it's overweight and it's got weird things on it. Yet that really has become a hypercar event.
Can you speak to that? Like if you want to sell hypercars, where else do you do it?
It's the Mecca, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all of the kind of closed building car shows have gone away largely, right? We used to have Geneva. That was the place to launch cars if you're doing supercars or hypercars. Now we're having European car companies definitely do their US launch, but sometimes their global launch in Monterey.
Lamborghini was right next to you guys every year.
So I come to you and I want to order a car. There's a little buy it now button on your website.
Yeah.
Scan a QR code.
Tell me, this is good because I feel like I'm starting to focus in on the brand. And when you're saying, we've been around for 4 years and doing this, it has been a little ambiguous, but it seems like in the last 5 months, with Matt Farrer and the Smoking Tire, you guys are now focused. You've got the product, the car is cool, you're making content, and you're selling them right
It's our first year of production. That's the
first
big
year
change.
of production. Yeah. I come to you, I somehow, against all reasonable expectations, have made $2 million extra, and I order a car. What happens? Do I get to meet Lukas?
Yeah.
And do you bring me? Where do you bring me? And what do we get to do?
Yeah, you go through a full journey with us, and we're small. And that lends itself to actually really getting to know us. And we'll take that really as far as the customer who we see as a business partner really wants to take it. But we'll host myself, our sales team, our marketing team at our LA-based facility.
You're right here in LA.
Yeah, we're in Torrance. So we'll explore the full Divergent side, the full Zinger side.
That's not LA.
It's in the Los Angeles corridor.
Spike thinks if it's more than 2 miles from Brentwood, it's not LA. So.
Is that near the Country Mart? No, I'm joking.
Yeah. So you will come in, you will see the company, you will meet the people that work there, you'll spend time with me, then you will go through your specification process. You'll see tell me materials.
Yeah, tell me about that. Like, how many paints am I choosing from? How many materials, or is it the sky's the limit?
Sky is really the limit. So we've got a sample set that's very broad, and then we've got a color program where you could really engineer your own color with us. On the interior materials, we've got a great partnership with Alcantara. They actually do quite a few unique patterns and cuts just for Zinger, which is great. But we can also stretch to any leather, any other material that's automotive grade. Of course, we'll keep people in check, right? We want these cars to be aesthetic. We want them to perform. We want them to be a good experience. But
so that means work with you. Cowhide print interior, Jonny, like you would do, right? The blue and white.
What I was going to say is you're also making more than one 21C, right? You have like the track version, which is, I think, this one. But then you have like the long tail, the Blackbird, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, so we are doing 80 total. And within that 80, there's 2 body variants, the VMAX and then the 21C. The 21C has all the fixed aero on it, the big wing, and then the VMAX is longer tail, less fixed aero,
that's one I like.
Higher top speed. Both are fully road legal, but one you're getting if you're also spending time on the track. That high downforce kit is really, really meant for track driving.
All right, well, I want you to take us through the car. And then we have a bunch of questions for you. But first, I want to talk about RaceDeck. You need some RaceDeck down in Torrance. RaceDeck was invented, a cost-effective, durable, truly do-it-yourself modular flooring system. It's a flooring system.
For the garage.
Yeah, for the garage. Yeah. You've seen it.
Yeah. They could just program their machines to make it. Like,
what if I wanted a RaceDeck interior? Could I get a RaceDeck interior? Would you do that for my $2 million? RaceDeck's multi-patented design allows for easy do-it-yourself installation without all the hassles and mess of toxic epoxy coatings. RaceDeck is the original modular flooring system engineered for the garage with over 33 patents and proudly made right here in the USA. Over 20 styles to choose from, and it transforms your ugly garage into the coolest garage on the block. RaceDeck was born out of our passion for the garage life, and Jürgen Mahler, who started the company, when he saw his wife putting these tiles in the backyard for his daughter's dance recital and said, I'm going to put these in my garage. Now has over 100,000 square foot and lots of employees and a thriving business because
Lukas could make a mechanical Jürgen if we need one.
A mechanical Jürgen?
A robo Jürgen.
A 3D printed Jürgen?
Yes.
That would be pretty good.
That would be good. You'd have to keep him here.
We like the regular yogurt was up at Willow Springs.
We saw
a lot of fun.
It was fun. Yeah.
Anyway, check out his product RaceDeck at racedeck.com. Use code SPIKE356 for an exclusive 15% off and free shipping. Today's show is also sponsored by Acre Gold. Get acregold.com/spike911. What's the price of gold right now? What's the price of gold? It was high. Huh?
It's rising.
Over 4?
Yeah.
You know,
if they would have bought Acre Gold when we first
started, we weren't lying this time.
They'd be rich. Yeah, for once, we were telling the truth on accident.
That's right. Don't come out of pocket for expensive gold all at once. Instead, subscribe to Gold for as little as $30 a month. How it works, pay in every month until your gold stash reaches the price of Acre's gold bars. Then Acre discreetly ships you directly to your home. Gold, right to your mailbox. Acre Gold has $50, $100, and $250 per month options for large gold bars. Acre is backed by the same team who funded Liquid Death canned water. I've confirmed that, by the way.
Get back to large gold bars.
Large gold bars.
Yeah.
Some customers have been subscribed for over 4 years. I've been subscribed for over 2 years now. My gold fingernails are very valuable. And you can cash them in now with Acre, so it all really works. All right.
Nice.
What we're going to do is Cameron's going to break a camera off. He's going to show your car right up here, and you can direct him any way you like as you tell us about the beautiful 21C. All right, here we go. You brought this one of the press cars here. Is this the car that Johnny's going to have?
This is the car Johnny's going to drive.
Excellent.
And so do you have a special name for this silver paint here? God, look at that thing.
Yeah, so that is beautiful. A one-off silver that we did for Monterey Car Week.
All right.
You can see that livery's almost 100% painted. So the front splitter's painted. The sides are painted, the mirrors are painted, the mirror struts are painted. In the sun outside, it looks like an absolute spaceship.
These intakes, stay with that dead-on shot, Cameron. That was nice. Dead center there. Tell us about what we're looking at here intake-wise and where that air is going and what it does.
Yeah, so you're looking right at the front there, which is where the majority is coming in. And then you're also seeing in the rear haunches there where we're taking even more in. And you've got radiators really right in front of the rear tires. And then you've also got them behind the rear tires. So there's a huge cooling system in here, right? It's a car that's got a screaming V8. It's also got 2 battery packs and 3 EV motors. So there's quite a bit to cool. And this is the VMAX design. So it looks quite sleek. There's not all the fixed aero on it that you see on the 21C. And then on the front there, the headlight and the headlight assembly, really cool looking and actually fully 3D printed housing. So if you look closely at that, you'll kind of see this gyroid structure that houses the actual bulbs in there.
You know,
raise the camera up, Cameron, and let's look. You know what's interesting is looking at what I thought was the craziest, most aerodynamic car lately, the GT2 RS behind it. Yeah. And then you put this in front of it and you go, this is a completely different kind of creation, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also look how small this brand new hypercar is compared to like 70s and 80s BMWs, which we now think of as so small.
Yeah, right.
And like there's a 73 911 which towers above it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
Low slung automobile.
You're riding low and you've got the center seating, right? And that means your frontal surface area is much less than typical, which is great for aerodynamics. And that was part of our being able to achieve those track times, was really minimizing that area. But the car is quite wide. I mean, it's about 20, 50 millimeters wide wheel to wheel. So even wider.
So over than 6 feet.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you ever just lay in that intake there on the right and just go for a ride?
Have you thought about to
I mean, I don't know much about cars, but you put a pillow there and a little, you have a nice little ride outside.
Like if you're into tailgating pickup trucks, you
that's
can just
not
use
bad.
this instead. You know?
So tell us about the powertrain, because that's,
well, he's got his guys here who can come over and open up. Cameron, go to the other side of the car because he's going to open up that door, and I want everybody to get a look at the length and size of this door. Cooper, go ahead and open the door up, and then you can get inside and start her up. There's Cooper from Treasure State, who puts on those great cars and coffees here in the west side of LA. Just turned 12 years old today.
That's good.
And
tall 12-year-old.
It's his birthday.
But I want to know what powers it. Like, how's it go so fast?
That. Wow.
So strong hybrid, 3 electric motors, 2 battery packs, 1 V8
total
engine.
system output.
1,250 horsepower.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
then the Blackbird edition, which we did 4 of inside of the series of 80, those have all sold and actually all been delivered now. That added 100 horsepower. So that's a
1,350
total. Yeah. And right there, you can see the V8. You can also see all of the additively manufactured and generatively designed parts around it. So you see the subframe there. You see the top of the transmission case peeking out. That transmission case is actually 3D printed, engineered by us. That's a 7-speed AMT, but you get the torque fill with the EV. So you'll see when you're driving it, it actually feels more like a DCT than it does your typical big single box.
And you get the lunar foil, Johnny, like the old Apollo.
Gotta have it.
Rockets.
Heat shielding.
Yeah, it
heat
looks
shielding
unlike anything I've ever seen as far, and that's called a car.
Yeah.
Really interesting. We didn't really get a chance to look at the interior. We went right to the engine. Let's just go look at the part that we all.
Yeah,
the place
so right
we all
where it
want to
says
sit.
VMAX. That's
Push in a little more, Cameron, so we can have a look at this thing and get a real look at what the cockpit experience is like. There you go. Let's hold right here and talk about this.
So center, driver focus, clearly. Everything where you need it. Pretty small wheel, but driver-friendly wheel. You've got your paddle shifters right behind. And then it's a road-going car. It's a car that's been engineered to drive on the 405 and in the canyons as well. So you've got Apple CarPlay right there. You've got a good speaker system. You can see the additively manufactured speaker grills there.
I'm just staring at the pedals. The pedals. Look at the pedals.
Well, the left pedal's a dead pedal, I'm guessing. For a second, I thought that was a clutch.
No, that is a dead pedal. And then you see your brake assembly, you see your gas pedal there.
They look like little gnomes like holding up the pedal. It's super.
Yeah, that's
so
super
like
cool.
Every single gram of material on this car is there for a reason. And you can see that more clearly in certain areas like the pedal there, which is giving you the grip with that gyroid, but that gyroid is also giving you the lightest structure for the stiffness of the pedal you need. You see the connecting elements all the way through. And down there, you can see our steering column node is actually printed as well. Parts of that steering column itself are printed. The full wheel is printed. But then we are wrapping it with that Alcantara.
But that's what you guys really specialize in is you say, okay, I need a part X. It's going to like hold a brake pedal. And you say, okay, but like, how can we make it as light and as strong as possible? And rather than having humans think about it, you have like a computer program that tries 100,000 different iterations and says, if we invent this new metal and shape it like this will be 90% lighter and just as strong as just a chunk of steel, right?
We call it Pareto optimal. It's finding that frontier point where quite literally you can't change anything without disturbing the requirements.
So now if I'm sitting in the back seat there, Cameron, pull back and let's see the back seat. Are my legs like wrapped around you?
Wrapped around my chest, sexy.
Where am I putting my legs in the back seat?
We're going to have a close experience there in a good way. And your legs are going to come around the driver's seat. So
should we get Cooper in there to demonstrate?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Jump in, Cooper.
Your feet are left and right.
So
you see, but once you're back there, and this is pretty key, you're comfortable. It's unusual, but your knees are not against something hard. You're not squished. Your headroom's really good. Your shoulder to shoulder is actually really wide.
What did you just press there, Cooper? Is he moving?
He's moving the seat, so he can
move the seat from there. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it helps if you're getting in and out.
And is that a foldable sports seat? Is that what that?
Yeah, that'll fold forward a bit.
Oh, cool.
And we've got 2 seats, so that's the comfort seat. You can see it's still pretty race central.
Yeah.
But we also have a race seat, which is fixed and very lightweight.
I love it. It's really cool design.
I climbed into that back seat a couple of years ago at the Quail Lodge. And I vowed never to climb in there again. So enjoy it later.
Well, where do you want me to sit? Where do you think, Johnny?
You're
in
in the
back or the front?
Oh, come on.
I'll go around the block in the back.
It's a comedy show, ain't it?
All right.
You should drive it. I think you should drive it.
Well, I'm not really going to get a sense of driving it around the block today. I want to borrow it like you for a couple of days and have some fun in it. So, we'll do that. Well, look at those doors.
That's so good.
You know what I love about what you've done is you've really made something original.
Appreciate it.
And on the simple, and it's a well-deserved compliment because so many manufacturers, so many writers, so many people that just do things are always kind of doing things based on a little too close to something else somebody's done. You guys really have you're just a one-off. You're an original idea, and if anybody wants to fault you, they can't fault you for that. You know, you guys are out there making something, you know, that no one's
selling them.
made before and selling them. Yeah. It's cool. It's a really cool thing that you've done, and you guys seem to have pulled it off. And you have my congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Also, you guys make parts for like some pretty big OEMs.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just in Molsheim at looking at the new Bugatti Tourbillon, and I'm like, those look like Divergent parts.
Yeah.
And it was like, those are Divergent parts on the new Bugatti.
Yeah. Matan team are great. They're one of our close partners. We do suspension, rear frame on Tourbillon, but McLaren's a great partner. We do full suspension and frame on W1.
Oh, wow.
We got various others that
our buddy Jay's getting a W1.
Yeah. Those are good cars, and we love engineering with this software, with this manufacturing process, and improving the industry overall. And in that sense, Zinger can be the tip of the spear, right?
Yeah.
You can show the art of the possible, and then eventually you can have others adopt these systems, these engineering processes as well through Divergent. Wow. And that's been working really, really well. And the Zinger car, when we first took it to Goodwood, that's when we had a lot of attention from the European automakers saying, okay, this is for real. This is a qualified part on a real vehicle.
How many OEMs are you working with?
We're working with 7 name brand OEMs.
That's pretty
and then
good.
a number of smaller kind of startup-ish OEMs.
Cam, you can come back. All right, I have a couple of questions from listeners, and then we'll get you out of here. I know you were on a tight schedule. Patience in Paradise wants to know, are you old enough to drink? It's a yes or no question, sir. It's a yes or no question.
Yes.
Finally.
I've actually retired from drinking already.
You have. That's good. So have we. Well, I have. Johnny hasn't.
I like to drink.
Fried Egg 3 wants to know, okay, 2-car garage. Very common question from our listeners. If you could, 2 cars, money's no object.
Our listeners are not original.
They're not original, but they always want to know, 2 cars, what would it be?
I'm a sucker for Porsches right now, so I'd probably go 997 GT3 RS as
that's
a
pretty
sports
good.
car. Put a
0.1 or 0.2?
Please get specific.
0.2.
Yeah. Good answer. Yeah.
And then, that's one of them. I guess the other one, geez, I would go with something classic. Honestly, I would rebuild in a very unique way my 56 F100 and make that a very driver-centric car. Maybe put a Nelson Racing engine in there, get something fun in there. And
P. Christian Rose wants to know, are you going to ever mass produce something that would be a little more affordable in the 250 or less category?
You know, never say never, but I'm going to say no on the Zinger brand right now. Divergent is the mission to make millions of parts for tens of OEMs and support that at volume. Zinger has to stay expensive because we need a high R&D budget and we need a high BOM, bill of materials, to make new stuff. And we need to be that tip of the spear for the industry because those new systems make their way down over time. But for that reason, we're going to stay high price point. And of course, that's disappointing because of access, but it is important to actually be able to make those new products.
It makes no difference to me, the price point. So.
There's a lot of folks asking about an IPO or stocks. Is this going to be a publicly traded company? Why are they asking me these questions?
They're probably interested in investing. So we've raised over $1 billion now.
How much?
Yeah, over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion.
Let's talk after the show.
Yeah.
We could use some of that.
You know, I had a side conversation with his dad one time when he explained the whole strategy to me.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, I said, so if this happens, you're going to be the wealthiest person in the history of Earth. And he looks at me and goes, yeah, that's what one of my backers says, and walks out of the room.
Which means I don't have to talk to you.
Very nonchalant. Like, yeah, that's what he says.
I don't need to put up with you, the likes of you. So currently you're not publicly traded, but that could happen someday.
Yes.
Okay. What is one feature in cars that you would like to get rid of completely? This could be anything. Mine, auto stop start. I don't want to see that anymore.
I don't like the auto lane assist on a lot of these normal cars because I kind of like to drift before I blink a little bit into the lane and
give a little English.
Pulls me right back in. But maybe that's not the right safety
CVT.
I don't love that.
Our friend Bisimoto just said to say hi. It's going to be a good one.
Nice.
He's the best. Bisimoto.
Yeah, he's the best.
Niche Motors, again. Very cool. Great guy. Met him a few years ago. These aren't questions. You can lavish praise on him on his Instagram. Ask for questions.
Spike, have you considered booking less likable guests to get better questions?
Okay, and the last question we'll just go, okay, what is the one part of this car that you're most proud of? What's the one thing in that car? I'm sure you're proud of the car. We all know that. But the one thing you look at and you go, yeah, we really nailed it. Like in Gunther Works, when you talk to Peter Nunn, he'll say that iPhone holder.
Oh, he loves that iPhone holder.
I worked for years on that.
He loves the iPhone holder.
That. And it's great. It is great.
It's about the 8,000th least interesting thing. But yes.
I know. But the question is, what is he most proud of? What are you most proud of?
For me, it's the powertrain of the car and specifically the V8, just because I know the effort that went into that. I had the job of kind of building our first prototype with our chief engineer and hiring the people that then kind of re-engineered that full powertrain, and the amount of effort and the amount of uniqueness that went into that as well in terms of IP was tremendous. And then to get that California CARB emission stamp on that is such a juggle as well. So that's probably
it's much more difficult than people think to build a California emissions V8 that makes that much power. Because you're making like 200 horsepower a liter or more, or much more. You're making
300 plus. I mean, we're 2.88 liter doing 850 horsepower in top spec, and that's not running E85. So we could
running gasoline.
Yeah, we could run even higher once we get the E85 in there.
It's a good deal.
Is it a dual fuel system? Oh, because there's an E85 pump on the bottom of Angeles Crest.
I'm kind of, I'm previewing something I maybe shouldn't.
Okay, hey, that's okay.
There you go.
Our listeners have no idea. Your secret
they
is
do.
safe.
We have the guys who actually can afford this stuff.
That's fair. That's fair.
And there's only a couple left, so act fast. Lucas, a pleasure to meet you, man.
Thank you.
In person. I've seen the car. I'm excited about what you guys are doing. I love that you're here in Southern California making beautiful new things. So respect.
Yeah, and
that's
don't
our
leave.
show.
Don't go to Tennessee.
Don't leave, and make sure that I want to drive this too when he's done with it. I'd love to give it a drive and a proper kind of look around Brentwood, and
come see us in Torrance.
I can't go down to Torrance.
And then come drive the car.
It's not something I can do.
I can't be seen. I'm going down to Torrance. I'll give you the full report.
I'd be happy to come down. I'm just kidding. And that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to watch Lucas and I take a run in this beautiful car, we're gonna do it right now on Patreon. Go to Patreon. You'll see that drive around the block. You'll also see a brand new episode of Spike's Car Radio with Jerry Seinfeld, recorded at Baldwin Hills with cigars, no ads.
I wasn't invited.
No filters. No. It was very last minute. I apologize.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It could be the best Earth, Wind, and Fire episode of the show we've ever recorded.
Wow.
And it's there on Patreon for you right now. So subscribe.
Does that mean Jerry's more...
Everybody was really loose.
Yeah. Okay.
And we dove very deeply into car psychology, the insanity and the obsession. And also a car was sold.
What?
A car went from Jerry to Zuckerman and possibly me. We'll see you next week on Spike's Car Radio. Subscribe to Patreon.